Welcome to Hook and Loops. I'm EJ Hart, and today I'm going to show you how I crochet a rag flower rug. I did a video called the crochet rag flower, and that's where I'm going to start the instructions for the rug. So I'll put the link down in the description, and also I'll try to put the link on the screen. So after you finish that video, you can come back to this video and do the rug. The fabric strips that I'm using is going to be 1.5 inch to 2 inch wide, and that's a little wider than the rag flower. And then you're going to need 2 or more contrasting colors, a 10mm hook, and a pair of scissors. So as you can see, my fabric strip is a little wider than the one that I used to make the rag flower. And I'm going to start off with the same color as the color I made the rag flower. I'm going to cast on to the chain space with a single crochet. So I'm just going to insert my hook into the chain space and pull up the yarn, and then yarn over and pull through both of those loops, and that's casting on with a single crochet. Now I'm going to put in 1 double crochet into the same chain space. So that's yarning over, pulling through 2, yarning over again, and pulling through the last 2. And then I'm going to chain 2. There's 1 and 2. Okay, I'm going to put in another double crochet. So I'm going to yarn over, insert my hook, pull up the yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. And the next stitch is a single crochet into the same chain space. I'm going to skip the next stitch. It's kind of hidden underneath the stitch I just made. Okay, I'm going to go into the next one after that and put in 1 single crochet. One single crochet into the next one. One single crochet into the next one. I'm going to slip stitch into the next stitch. The next stitch that's on the work that I had already done before is a slip stitch, and I'm going to skip that and go into the next stitch. So it's 1 single crochet in the next 3 stitches. There's 1, 2, and 3. Now I'm just going to repeat the pattern with 1 single crochet in the chain space, 1 double crochet in the same chain space, chain 2, 1, 2, 1 double crochet in the same chain space, one single crochet into the same chain space, skip the next stitch, 1 single crochet in the next 3 stitches. There's 1, 2, and 3. When I ended the rag flower, I slip stitched it and then I chained 1. And this right here is the chain 1. So I'm just going to skip over that and put in my slip stitch. And then I'm going to skip the slip stitch and go into the next stitch, and it's 1 single crochet in the next 3 stitches. There's 1, 2, and 3. Now I'm just going to keep repeating the pattern all the way around, and then I'll slip stitch it to the beginning stitch. Okay, I'm going to skip the video to the end of this round. Now I'm at the end of the round, and I'm going to slip stitch it into that first single crochet. Okay, and then I'm going to chain one to secure it and pull up a long tail to sew into the work. And I'm going to cut it. Now I'm just going to stretch it out and form it and make sure that it's laying flat. It's okay if it's not exactly flat. It'll lay flat once we get it into a round shape. So now I'm going to get my contrasting color and form a slip knot. And I'm going to cast on with a single crochet into the chain space. Okay, I'm going to put in a double crochet into the same chain space. I'm going to chain two, 1, 2, and I'm going to put in one double crochet into the same chain space. And then I'm going to put in one single crochet into the same chain space. Okay, and now I'm going to start working in the back loop only. So normally we would go under both of the loops on top of the single crochet, but I'm going to work into the back loop, so that will form a rib in the front, and it will make the flower a little more outstanding. So here's the back loop. So I'm just going to put in a single crochet. So it's one single crochet in the back loop only and the next 5 stitches, and then I'm going to skip the slip stitch, and then it's going to be one single crochet, back loop only, and the next 5 stitches until I make my way up to the next chain space. Then I'm just going to repeat the pattern all the way around, and I'll do this in the next video. Consider subscribing to Hook and Loops. Just click the icon and click subscribe. And thank you for watching.